All right, chess players, welcome. Today, we are opening up the Strategist Toolkit, and we're going to talk about one of the most important, but also one of the most confusing parts of online chess, the clock. We're going to figure out which time control is actually right for you, and more importantly, how you can use it to really start boosting your rating.
So, you log on to play a game and you see all these options, right? Classical, rapid, blitz, even that crazy thing called bullet. It can feel, well, a little overwhelming. But here's the secret that a lot of people miss. Choosing your time control isn't just about what you feel like playing, it's a strategic decision. It directly impacts how you improve. So let's open up that toolkit and see what's really inside.
I want you to start thinking of each time control as a specific tool. You know, like in a real toolkit. You wouldn't use a giant sledgehammer to hang a tiny picture frame, would you? Of course not. It's the exact same idea in chess. Each speed, each clock setting has a very specific purpose, and we're about to find out what each one is for.
Okay, first up, we've got the sledgehammer of our toolkit, classical chess. This is the slowest format you'll find. We're talking games where each player has at least 30 minutes. Think 30-0, or even those long 45-45 games. This is where you actually have time to, well, think.
So what do you use this sledgehammer for? You use it to build a rock-solid foundation for your game. Classical is where you practice deep calculation, where you forge disciplined thinking habits, and maybe most importantly, where you can dramatically cut down on those painful one-move blunders we all hate. And after the game is over, you've got this amazing, rich game to analyze.
And this is just a crucial point. Playing classical doesn't magically make you perfect. Now, you'll still make mistakes, for sure. But the key difference is that with all that time, you can go back and figure out the real reason why you made that mistake. That's where the learning actually happens.
So how do you actually use this tool properly? You have to adapt to your thinking. Don't just sit there waiting for an idea. Use a mental checklist for every single move. Even in an opening you've played 100 times, pause and think. Calculate a few short, concrete variations. And remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. You have to get your mind ready for a long fight.
Now let's move on to the next tool in our kit, and honestly, it's a fan favorite for a reason, rapid. Think of this one as the versatile power drill in your toolkit. We're talking games between 10 and 25 minutes per player, like 15-10. This really is the sweet spot for most players who are serious about getting better.
So why is it the sweet spot? Well, because it offers this perfect balance. You've got enough time to think and avoid most of the silly blunders, but the games are short enough that you can play a few really meaningful games in one sitting. It's absolutely fantastic for practicing your openings and for sharpening your intuition under just a little bit of pressure. And this really gets to the heart of what makes Rapid so valuable. It's the training ground for time management. It forces you to constantly ask yourself, okay, is this a moment to spend 5 minutes calculating, or do I need to trust my gut and just play a solid move? Mastering that skill is a huge leap forward for any chess player.
Now, to get the most out of Rapid, you've got to be efficient. Break the game down in your head. Opening plan, middle game plan, endgame plan. Whatever you do, don't get stuck and burn your whole clock on one difficult move. That's just a recipe for disaster. And here's a pro tip. Use your opponent's time to think. It's basically free thinking time, so use it.
All right, let's pick up the pace a little bit. It's time to talk about the impact driver of our toolkit, Blitz. We're talking 3 to 5 minutes for the whole game. It's fast, it's furious, and yeah, it is by far the most popular way people play chess online.
Blitz is all about one thing, reps, repetition and pattern recognition. This is not where you go for deep learning, but it is fantastic for sharpening your tactical vision and for drilling your openings until they become absolute second nature. You'll see the same tactical ideas pop up again and again, and that really hammers them home. Ha! And this quote just nails it perfectly, doesn't it? Blitz is pure chaos. You'll be completely winning, then you'll run out of time and lose. You'll be totally lost, and then your opponent will hang their queen in one move. It's a wild roller coaster, and you just have to embrace the madness.
To survive in the world of Blitz, you have to completely change how you think. Forget about deep calculation. There's just no time. This is a game of instinct and recognizing patterns. Your best bet is to stick to simple, solid, principled chess. And please do not try out that super sharp opening you saw in a YouTube video unless you really know it inside and out.
And finally, we get to our last tool, if you can even call it a chess tool. It's more like a caffeine-fueled blur, bullet chess. 1 minute or less for the entire game. We're talking pure, unadulterated speed.
Now let's be crystal clear about what this thing is for. It is for fun. It's for the adrenaline rush. It's for seeing who can physically move the mouse faster. It is not for improving your deep, fundamental understanding of the game of chess.
And look, if you remember only one thing about Bullet, let it be this. Playing Bullet to get better at chess is like training for a marathon by only running 100-meter sprints. They're just completely different skills. Treat it like a fun little minigame and nothing more. If you do decide to jump into the chaos of Bullet, the rules for survival are pretty simple. Don't think, just play. Your #1 priority is keeping your king safe and getting your pieces active. And you absolutely have to master the art of the pre-move, especially in those obvious recapture sequences. It's all about survival.
Okay, so we've met all the tools in our strategic toolkit. We've got the sledgehammer, the power drill, the impact driver. Now for the most important part. How do you choose the right one for the job you want to do? How do you match the time control to your specific goal for getting better? And this chart right here makes it dead simple. Want to build your fundamental skills? You gotta play classical and rapid. Need to get sharper at tactics? Blitz is your drill sergeant. Trying to improve your deep calculation? It has to be classical. Just find your goal on the left and the right tool is sitting right there on the right. It's really that easy. And this just perfectly illustrates why you have to switch gears. Look at the difference. A classical player's thinking is deep, it's structured, it's careful. A Bullet player's thinking is instant, it's reactive, it's simple. They are literally polar opposites. And that's exactly why only playing one of them won't help you get better at the other.
So we've seen the tools, we know when to use them, now let's put it all together. Let's build a simple, actionable plan that you can start using today to see real, actual progress in your chess game.
And here it is. This is the big aha moment. If you are serious about improving, spend about 70% of your game time playing rapid. That's your main workshop. Then use classical for those deep study project days and use blitz as a quick way to sharpen your tools. And bullet, that's for your fun coffee break. This right here is the formula.
So there you have it. The toolkit is open, the blueprint is in your hands. You now know exactly how to use time controls to become a stronger, more well-rounded chess player. The only question left is the one right there on your screen. What game are you going to play next?